beautiful people, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Kathy. Just in case you are seeing my face for the first time, yeah, this is Kathy of Kathy Beauties. Very nice to meet you, and if you are a returning subscriber, it's lovely to see you again. Please stay subscribed, because on this channel we create an easy, fun sewing tutorial. Okay, and having subscribed, make sure you hit on the bell notification icon so that whenever I upload a new video on this channel, you will definitely be the first person to get notified. Okay, thank you so much for doing that. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how I designed these gorgeous turban. Yes guys, today's turban tutorial is known as a V-shaped bows turban. Yes, a V-shaped bows turban. So in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to design it all by yourself, so you sit back, relax and enjoy. So let's get welcome back everyone to my channel. So for today's tutorial, I will be working with all of this material you're looking at on this table. On here I have my sewing machine, I have a thread, I have my fabric, I have my needle, I have some clip, a snipper, a pair of scissors, right? My fabric chalk, I have some pin, and I have crinoline. All right, so let's continue. So guys, today's turban tutorial is sectioned into 4. Okay, yes, it is sectioned into 4 places. It has the base. Here is the fabric for the base of the turban, right? And it has a band. Here is the fabric for the band, right? And it has a loop design. This is the fabric for the loop design, right? And it has 4 bow at the side. It has the fabric. This is the fabric for the bow that we'll be using to create the bow at the side. And I will be giving you the measurements as we go. So let's continue. So guys, the first thing we'll be working on is the band of the turban. And here is my fabric. And the measurement for my band, the length measures 22 inches from here to here, 22 inches. I hope you can see it, right? And the width of my band is 5 inches from here down to this side. And I cut it into 2 places, right? They are of equal size, both the length and the width. So the first thing you're going to be doing, you're going to be folding it in half. The right side will be facing right side, while the wrong side will be inside. Just do it exactly the way I am doing it right now. Okay, you make sure they are both equal, right? Having done that, you're going to be marking 2 inches from here. You grab your fabric chalk, then you mark 2 inches, 2 inches, right? 2 inches. You do the same thing for the second side. 2 inches, right? Having marked 2 inches, you are going to be cutting it out right from here, like a slant. You cut it out like so. But if you are not too sure, maybe probably you don't know, if your hand is not very straight, you can get a ruler. After having marked 2 inches, then you rule it out from here to here. Let me do that just in case you can't do it outrightly. Okay. So if you are unsure, after marking the 2 inches marked here, then you take your ruler. You can just make a straight mark right from the markings, like so, slant, right? Just like so, right? I hope you can see it. Then now you can just cut it, or better still, if you are very sure, just eyeball it just exactly the way I cut out the first one, right? Because our band is a V shape, that is why we are doing all of this. So after doing this, so guys, this is the 2 pieces of fabric, right? We've shaped it, right? So remember, today's turban tutorial is a V-shaped turban art, right? And we are about to design the V shape. Okay, so this is first piece of fabric, right? You lay it on your working surface just like so. Then you grab the second piece of fabric. Okay, then you're going to be placing it like so, both ends. This tip has to touch this side, and this end has to touch this end. just like so, right? That's how to form the V shape. Can you see that? Then you can secure it with some thing like so. It's quite easy, just follow it exactly the way I did it. It's quite easy. Okay, just make sure both end touches, they both aligns. So guys, when you are done pinning it together like so, then you're going to be putting it aside. Now we are going to be working on the base of the turban. All right, so the next step, I will be folding it into 2 equal half like so, right? So now I will be giving it a shape, a turban shape, by rounding the top off. You know, the normal way we round our fabric up to form a turban shape. That's what I will be doing next, right? You fold it into 2 equal half. Make sure they are both ends are equal, right? You grab your scissors, right? This side, it doesn't have to be perfect, honestly. Then you just round it up just like so. Just round it up, doesn't have to be perfect, right? Just do it exactly the way I'm doing it. It's quite easy. This is the way we give our turban a shape, right? This is it. Can you see that? Right, you put this aside. You do the same thing on the second fabric. You fold it into 2 equal half, right? 2 equal half. Then you round up the top. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just round it up. That's it. Then you open it up like so, right? So the next thing we are going to be, so now I'm done giving both ends the shape of a turban, right? So the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be folding it in half like so, just to get the midpoint. So basically what I will be doing, I will be notching one end of the fabric after folding it in half. Then I will notch it with my scissors. Make sure they are both equal, right? Equal, yeah. So now I'm going to notch it this side, right? Then I'll do the same thing for the second fabric. Notch it at one end. Make sure both ends are nice. Then you notch it, right? So now you're going to be laying it on your working surface like so, by making sure the good side of the fabric is facing up, right? The good side has to be facing up like so, right? This is the part I notched. So the next thing you're going to be doing, you're going to get your band, the V shape that we created earlier, right? Then you're going to be placing it on the knotted part like so, right? So this is what it is looking like. As you can see, the midpoint of my band aligns with the midpoint of my base, right? The base of the turban, they both aligns. So the second thing you're going to do, the next step, I mean, you grab the last fabric, right? You make sure the good side is facing down. Now the good side of the first fabric and the good side of the last fabric will be facing each other, just like so, and the wrong side will be facing me. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah, just follow what I'm doing. It's very easy, right? It aligns like so. Make sure the midpoint aligns as well with this side, so that our V shape can come out correctly. Okay, so now you can take your clips or your pin, whichever one you have available, and then hold it down. Okay, before you take it down to your sewing machine, or if you are a pro, you can just leave it. I bought this process. You don't have to clip it down, just take it to your sewing machine, but I'm going to hold it down with my clip in order not to make mistake. Okay, so you hold it down like so. Then you take the fabric to your sewing machine, then you sew it down right from here down to this side. Okay, so now let's do that. So let's do that. So guys, now let's sew. You first of all back stitch, right? Then you carry on sewing. While you are sewing, you are going to be leaving a small opening so that we'll be able to turn our fabric inside out. Just a small opening before you get to the end of this side. Okay, I will be showing you when I'm doing it. So guys, I'm done stitching the fabric round, right from here round, and this is what it is looking like, right? Look at that. This is the other side. And remember, I said I will be leaving a little bit of openings so that I will be able to turn this fabric inside out. This is the openings right here. Okay, so now I'm going to be turning it inside out. So this is it. This is what it is looking like after turning. This is the first side. Look at that. This is the other side, right? Right, and here's the V-shape design. I hope you can see it. The V-shape, right? You see that? I hope you can see it, right? So the next thing I will be doing, I will be turning the fabric in half, like so, to 2 equal half, right? Then I'll take my fabric to my sewing machine and stitch from the band, right from the band round to this end. Okay, so let's do that. So guys, now let's stitch. You first of all back stitch, okay? Right, then carry on stitching. Start your stitching right from the band. Then here. Remember, this fabric is a stretchy fabric, okay? So basically when you are sewing, you have to make use of your zigzag stitches or whatever stitches you have on your sewing machine. Some sewing machine actually has a pattern for a stretchy fabric. If your sewing machine has that, just use it. If not, make use of a zigzag stitches. Don't use a straight stitches, because if you do, it's your sewing will come apart immediately. All right, yeah. That's it. Right, so guys, this is it. I'm done stitching right from the band round to this side, and this is what the fabric is looking like. Now I'll turn it inside out for you to have a better look. Right, that is it. Look at that. Right, this is what it is looking like. That's the V-shape. That's the V-shape design right at the top, right here. Right, I hope you can see it. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to be turning it back. Now we're going to be gathering this side. You can gather your fabric in 2 ways. You can make use of your needle and thread. Then you gather it right after the band. You gather it from here by running a quick stitch. You run the quick stitches right from after the band down to this side, or you can make use of your sewing machine. So guys, like I mentioned, you can gather your turban with the help of your sewing machine, or you can make use of your needle and thread. I will be making use of my needle and thread. Okay, then when you are about to start, you start right after the band, just like so. Okay, so when you get to the end, you tie a knot. You tie it 2 to 3 times or 3 to 4 times for the hand to be secured from losing out, okay? So that your thread won't lose out. Make sure you tie it properly. So I've gotten to the hand, now I'm going to tie a knot, right? So after that, you can cut out the excess thread. That's it. So guys, this is it. This is what the gathers is looking like after gathering it. Look at that. So now I'm going to turn the fabric inside out. So for the base of the turban, this is what it is looking like, right? Can you see that? This is the front view, and here's the back view. Look at that, looking very pretty. And here's the V-shape design at the top part right here, the V the V-shaped design. Can you see it? Right. So now we are done with the base of the turban. Now we'll take it away, put it aside. Now the next step is to work on the bows, the 4 bows design at the top of the turban. Now let's work on it. So guys, to create my bow design, I will be working with this fabric you're looking at on this table. I have 4 pieces because the bows is 4, so now I have 4 pieces of fabric. 1 2 3 4, right? And the measurement for my bow, the length measures for the first fabric, the length measures 20 inches for the length, right? And the width measures 5. And the second fabric, the length measures 80 inches for the length and the width measures 5 inches, right? And the third fabric, the length measures 16 inches and the width measures 5, right? And the fourth fabric, the length measures 14 inches for the length, right? And the width measures 5. So what I will be doing now, I will be folding the fabric in half. The good side will be inside while the wrong side will be outside. In half, the 4 pieces of fabric, you fold it in half, just like so. Right now, after folding, then you take it to your sewing machine and stitch right from here to here. You stitch the second one from here to here, the third one from here to here, the fourth one from here to here. Okay, so now let's do that. So now let's stitch. First of all, back stitch, right? Then carry on stitching. So guys, I'm done stitching the 4 pieces of fabric, right? So the next thing I will be doing, I will be turning the fabric inside out. This is it. The next thing, you're going to be turning the fabric up like so. The sewing part, the same part, will be facing up, right? Just like so. You do the same thing on the 4 pieces of fabric. Make sure the sewing part is facing up, right? Right? The same part, I hope you can see it. The same, facing up like so. So now you're going to take your creloning. We're going to be attaching our creloning inside, just like so. Fold it and you pass it inside the fabric. We're going to be passing it through the 4 pieces of fabric, just like so. So then you can cut out the excess at this end. So now we're done with the first one, right? You place the first, right? You carry on, measure it up, so, right? Then you fold it, then you pass it inside. This is it. Second one. You do the same thing on the third one. You measure it first, like so. Right? Then you fold it. And you pass it. It. You do the same thing on the last fabric. Remember to fold the creloning into 2 while you are passing, not a single one. Remember, it is being folded, don't forget, right? So that it can give us the effect, a beautiful bow at the end. Right. So now I'm done passing the creloning inside the fabric. 1 2 3 4. So the next thing you're going to be doing, you're going to be folding it in half like so, right? Make sure the good side is inside like this, and while the same part right? The same part, the sewing part is outside. Then you take it to your sewing machine and stitch it down. You stitch it down from here down to here. You pick the second one, you fold it in half. The good side has to be inside. Then you stitch it, right, like so. You do the same thing on the third one, fold it in half, you stitch it. Then you do the same thing on the fourth one, fold it in half. Make sure the same part is outside, the good side is inside, and you stitch it, right? So let's do that. So now let's stitch. So that's it. Right. The next one, fold it in half. The good side should be inside, the wrong side should be outside, okay? And sew it down. This is the third one, right? Do the same thing, same process, basically. Then you pick the last one, right? Do the same thing, fold it in half. So that is it, guys. So guys, this is what the 4 pieces of fabric is looking like after stitching, right? So the next step, you're going to grab your scissors, then you cut out the excess crinoline. So that is it, guys. This is what it is looking like. So next thing, then you turn it inside out like so. Turn it inside out, right? So after then, the next step, you're going to take it one after the other. You do this, you make sure the same part is at the middle, just like so. Then you can make use of your fabric, cut a piece of fabric. Then you're going to be tying it up at the middle, just like so. You tie it up so that we are trying to create the bow design, like so. Or you can make use of your thread if you want to do this to still give the same effect. You can tie up your thread around, round it up, make use of this fabric. I cut out the same fabric, right? Just a piece of fabric. So the essence of this is just to create the bow design, okay? So guys, these are the bows. This is what it is looking like. So this is the 20 inches one, 18 inches one, 16 inches, and the 14 inches, which is the last one. So the next thing you're going to be doing, you're going to be rearranging it like so. Put it together just like so, right? So now you're going to prepare your needle and thread. I've already prepared mine. Okay, and you're going to be tacking it together. Tack it together. Okay, so that's the next step. So let's do that. You can pretty much do it one after the other by passing the thread inside like so, right? Tack it, just in case you can't do it at a go. You can just do it like so. Make sure you tack it together, do it back and forth. Make sure it is well secured, then you can add. Now, this is the 16 inches one, right? Tack it together exactly the way you tacked the first 2 bows. Right? It's quite easy. Just take your time. Now we can add the last one, which is the 14 inches bow, right? Add it. just make sure you pass the needle inside the fabric back and forth. That's how to secure it together in place. Okay, right. So guys, this is it. This is what the bow is looking like, right? This is the back, right? This side, the other side, and this is the front, right? This is what it is looking like. So the next thing, since I've tied it and I'm satisfied, right, now I'm going to be tying a knot to secure the thread in place from losing out. Tie a knot 2 to 3 times or 3 to 4 times. Basically, the reason why we are tying the knot is just to secure the thread in place. So if you don't tie a knot, there is possibility of it losing out. Then you have to start afresh, and you have to work smarter. No one wants that. Don't want that. Don't want to do this again, right? So now you can cut out the excess thread. So that is it. This is it. The bow, right? So the next step. So now I'm going to be placing this aside, then grab my fabric. This is the last step, right? This is the fabric I'll be using for the loop to cover up the bow design at this side. And the measurement for this fabric, the length measures is about 9 inches, and the width, this fabric is about 5 inches. So what I will be doing, I will be folding it in half. The good side will be inside, while the wrong side will be outside in half, like so. Then I'll take it to my sewing machine and stitch from here down to here. So let's do that. So guys, now let's stitch. So the next step, you grab your scissors. You're going to be cutting out the excess fabric at the side. Then you turn out the fabric inside out. Okay. Now you make sure the same part is facing up, like so. Then you grab your bow. Then you're going to be doing this. You use it to cover it up, like so, at the middle, right? Okay, now you take it back to your sewing machine and stitch it down, right from here down to here. Okay, so now let's do that. This is it, guys. So the next step, look at that. The next step, you're going to be cutting out the excess fabric at this end, right? That's it. So remember, the fabric was sewn at the wrong side, at the same part. So the next thing going to be doing, going to be turning it inside out, like so, right? Just turn it inside out. So that is it. Our bow has been covered up with the loop fabric, and this is what it is looking like. Look at that. Looking so pretty, right? At the back. Here's the front, right? So that is it, everything about our bow design. So the next step, you're going to be taking our fabric, right? Base, right? So you're going to be attaching the bow on the base of the turban. So that's the next step. So let's do that. So guys, to attach my bow design, what I will be doing, I will be placing my base, the base of the turban, on my heart block, just like so. It's very important you do this so that you'll be able to position the bow on the right side. Okay, you'll be able to see clearly what you are doing, where to position it, the right side to position it. Okay, but if you do not have a heart block available, you can use whatever you have available that can hold down your base, the base of your turban in place for you to be able to attach the bow. Okay, I'm going to be placing it like so. Then I'll secure it down with some T-pins. Then I'll start sewing it down on the base of the turban, right? So guys, here is my T-pin, right? So I will be using it to secure the bow down in place before I start my tacking. So I'm going to be placing it like this. You can position it whichever way you like. Then I'll secure it down with my T-pin. The pin will help me put it in place so that I'll be able to sew it down on the base of the turban. So after tacking, you can check it out and see if it is okay. If it is not, you readjust it again. But I think I love the way it is right now. Okay. Yeah. So you can secure it down with the help of your needle and your thread, or you can make use of your fabric glue. Right, so I will be using my needle and thread to tack it down, right? So, and here is my needle and thread. And make sure when you are preparing your needle and thread, make sure you double it like 2 to 3 times or 4 times. Make sure it is very strong, very thick. So now I'll start tacking it. You have to take your time, tack it. Don't rush. Take your time. Pass your needle and thread back and forth. And while you are tacking it, make sure it is very neat so that your thread won't be showing. Sew it in such a way that the thread won't be showing. Okay, be smart about the sewing. Now I'm satisfied. So what I will be doing, I will be, tying the thread in place from losing out. So now I will be tying the thread in place. So after then, I'll cut out the excess thread. So that is it. So now I can now take out my T-pin, right? So that is it, right? So now let me place it on a proper mannequin for a better viewing. Okay. So guys, this is the final look, right? Look at the front view, right? And this is the bow sitting pretty on the base of the turban. Right, this is the first side, right, and here is the second side, and this is the back view. Okay, look at the back view. So that's basically everything about today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Okay guys, we've come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you find today's video interesting. If you find it helpful, kindly give me a big thumbs up, like, share with your friends, okay, share with your family, and please don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section below. And more importantly guys, don't forget to subscribe for more tutorial. Then I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.